I never believed the stories about East Ridge High School. Every school has rumors. Ghosts in the gym, voices in the hallways, strange sounds at night. Nobody takes them seriously. At least I didn't, until the lockdown. It happened during my senior year. It was a rainy Monday morning. Second period had just started. I was sitting in chemistry class when the loudspeaker suddenly crackled. The principal's voice came through. "This is not a drill! Lock down immediately!" The teacher dropped the marker from his hand. He looked genuinely scared. Within seconds, the lights were off. The classroom door was locked. The window was covered. We all crowded into the back corner of the room. Nobody talked. Nobody moved. The room was completely silent. 5 minutes passed, then 10, then 20. Nobody told us what was happening. The uncertainty was the worst part. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. A text from my friend Tyler. He was in another part of the school. The message read, "Something is wrong." I texted back immediately. "What happened?" His reply came almost instantly. "Police are everywhere." Before I could respond again, another message appeared. "People are saying someone got inside the building." My stomach dropped. At that moment, we heard footsteps. Heavy footsteps. Coming down the hallway. Everyone froze. The footsteps got closer, then stopped directly outside our classroom. The handle slowly turned. A girl beside me began crying. The handle turned again. Then came 3 slow knocks. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody moved. Then a voice spoke. "Open the door." The voice sounded strange, not angry, not scared, almost emotionless, like a recording. The teacher shook his head. Nobody answered. A few seconds later, the voice spoke again, this time louder. "Open the door." The same exact tone, the same exact words, no emotion whatsoever. Then silence. The footsteps continued down the hallway. After about an hour, police officers entered the classroom. The lockdown was over. We were escorted outside. Parents were waiting everywhere. Police cars filled the parking lot. Nobody would tell us what happened. The next day, the truth finally came out. A maintenance worker had accidentally triggered an emergency alert after reporting a possible intruder. Police searched the entire school. They found nobody. No weapon, no suspect, nothing. According to security footage, nobody had entered the building. Everyone assumed the situation was just a misunderstanding, until 1 week later. A police officer returned to the school. He wanted to review the camera footage again. Apparently something bothered him. The footage showed every hallway during the lockdown, every classroom, every entrance, every exit. There was nobody outside our classroom, nobody. Yet 30 students and 1 teacher clearly heard footsteps, clearly heard knocking, clearly heard a voice. The hallway camera showed absolutely nothing. The officer thought the footage was corrupted, so he checked another camera angle, then another, then another. Nothing. Nobody was there. The strange part wasn't over. The school's oldest janitor heard about the footage. When he saw the hallway on the monitor, his face immediately turned pale. He pointed toward the screen, then told a story almost nobody knew. Years before the school was rebuilt, there had been another building on the same property. In 1979, a student named Daniel hid in a classroom during a violent incident. He repeatedly knocked on classroom doors asking for help, but nobody opened them because teachers thought he was the attacker. Daniel was later found dead in the hallway where our classroom now stands. The janitor claimed Daniel's last words were, "Open the door." Nobody believed the story, until investigators enhanced the audio from the hallway cameras. The cameras showed an empty hallway, but the microphones recorded something. 3 knocks, followed by a voice that sounded exactly like the one we heard. "Open the door." After that day, the footage was locked away. Most people forgot about it. I didn't, because sometimes late at night I still think about that lockdown, and I still wonder, if there was nobody outside our classroom door, then who was knocking?